everyone. Gosh, this seems strange, doesn't it? I've been hearing lots of things from your parents about how hard you're trying and how difficult it is to learn at home. And mummies and daddies, grannies and granddads, whatever, whoever's there, are not teachers, are they? So it's hard to think that you're in the classroom and you have to do things. But it's really important we do this. So I hope you enjoy this mini lesson about persuasive writing. So today, this is what we're thinking about. I can convey information, describe events or processes, share my opinions, or persuade my reader in different ways. Now that little code at the bottom is okay. That's just for us teachers to know that you've got really good at that skill. So this is a new skill and we need to practice it. Okay? What I don't want is you thinking, and I know sometimes we do this in a classroom, going, oh, I can't do this, it sounds too much. Because I'm going to explain it to you step by step. And then on your own, you're going to do 3 different things to show me, to show yourself that you're beginning to practice persuasive writing. Okay? So I'm going to show you an example. Persuasive writing is everywhere. So here is an advert in a Tesco magazine. Okay, and I've circled all the words that persuade me to think that this is a great object. For example, the word power cleaner for sparkling clean floor. Also, it says new, so a new product. Okay, so there's lots of, and then down below there's another one and I've circled the word outstanding results and effortless action. So these, every time we look at an advert, we can pick out all these persuasive words. And I want you to think about that this week. Okay? So you're going to write 3 different sentences. Okay? And you can play this video back so you can remember what you have to do. You're going to do this on your own using all your VCOP. And obviously we need to see capital letters, full stops at the beginning. We need to see a joining word if possible, please. Really important in Primary 4. And a wow word. A powerful, persuasive word. And I'd love to know what you've done. If you can put some information on your EPLPs or even email me with what you've done. Brilliant. Okay, here's your first sentence. You're going to write the words down and you're going to complete the sentence on your own. No cheating, asking mums or dads or any adult in the house. You're going to do it on your own. Would you agree that... So, here's an example. Would you agree that doing a little maths work every day really helps improve your math skills? Okay, so I could finish it off like that. So just you asking the person, but also putting in that word agree, you're suggesting to them, you're trying to persuade them that it's a good idea. So there we go. Would you agree that? And there's an ellipsis, which means you finish off the sentence as best you can. Okay, and then you'll do that. And then you'll do the next one. And I don't want it done really quickly like some of us do in the classroom. Okay, I want you to put in your very best effort, which means it'll probably take a few minutes to think out. And that's fine. Okay, that's what we do. I take lots of time to think about things at times. The next sentence, will be, a sensible idea would be to, okay, a sensible idea would be to, what could we say there? So I'll give you an example now like we would in the classroom. A sensible idea would be to think for 5 minutes about what you're going to do before you begin. Okay. Or a sensible idea would be to read the question twice before starting to answer. So you see what I'm doing? I'm sort of getting you a sensible. I'm trying to encourage you with the word sensible because we all like to be sensible. Okay. Then when you've done that one, the fact is that Now, let's think of a good one. Well, we're really into recycling and environment, so it might be, the fact is that not enough young people are recycling at the moment. So there we go. I've tried to persuade somebody. I'm not saying, oh, isn't it terrible? People don't pick up their litter all the time. It's disgraceful. It's disgusting. We hear some older people say sometimes, me too, me. But if you put it in a persuasive a way where it's not too unpleasant and it's kind of, can you see how we're encouraging with the fact is that? So you're sharing a fact. You're not making it a kind of moan or whinge or just your opinion. And our class is very good at finding facts and sharing them. Brilliant, in fact. Okay, so there's your 3 different sentences to start off with. The extension task for those of you who are doing this and feel very confident is to do a few more, but not too much a day. We know that we break our lessons up all the time, don't we? To have little brain breaks. And the more you practice, the better you get. So here's just an example, just to remind us what we're doing. There's one that I did earlier. Most people agree that offering to do the dishes after a meal is kind and helpful. Now you can use that kind of example as well. So it's persuading. It's not moaning at somebody. It's not nagging at them. It's using that persuasive language. So also, as an extension task, I'd like you to look at adverts and start looking out for words that are persuasive. Write lists of them. Put them in your literacy jotters. Really excited about this. I really miss you, but we're doing the best we can. And I really hope that you're going to listen to this video carefully. Think of it as the classroom in your home, in your own space. And do your very best, which I know you will. Bye guys for now.